shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
We really don't have much rain in the forecast, but a couple of sprinkles are trying to develop north of I-85. I'll show you if you'll see those.
Inmates captured. The search in Vance County that came to an end while you were sleeping. Just how far they got before being caught. And Caniac Watch Party, where fans are coming together to cheer on the Carolina Hurricanes for Game 4 tonight, and how this Stanley Cup final is already making history. A lot to tell you about here on this Tuesday morning as we get ready for Game 4. It's going to be a good one. Thanks for joining us. I'm Renee Chu. Let's get to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. It's going to be a nice afternoon in that it's going to be a little cooler than yesterday. We like that.
Yes, and a little less humid. So it already feels pretty comfortable out there right now. We're going to zoom in here to the north, and you can see, tiny little sprinkle there around Roxborough. Most of us aren't going to see any rain this morning. It's worth pointing out it's a 20% chance between now and 9 a.m. and most of it's going to be up there north and west of the triangle. Looking around the area, lots of lights in red to support the Canes there at Rocky Mountain Mills. You can see the red tower there. 68 is our temperature. Our dew point is 58, and so that's a little lower than yesterday. So we're back now to the comfy zone. We're right down at again 58. We'll likely stay there, but we're going to see those numbers climbing again as we get closer to the weekend. Right now it's 60 in Rocky Mountain, 68 in Durham, 65 in Clinton, 69 in Southern Pines. Temperatures are a little bit cooler in our eastern counties this morning, and it will stay cooler this afternoon too. Highs in the upper 80s. Lots of sunshine, just a nice quiet day. So if you are headed out for tailgating or to one of the watch parties, it's going to feel pretty good out there. 5 o'clock, 88, and at 7 o'clock just before the game, temperatures will be in the mid 80s, and we will see dry conditions, of course. Now, as we get closer to the weekend, temperatures climb, and so does our chance for rain. We'll look at that coming up. Renee?
Elizabeth, thank you. Breaking news. The 2 escaped inmates from Vance County have been found. They were arrested in Asheville just hours ago. LaShawn Knott is on the right, and that's Michael Miles on the left. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live at the SBI headquarters in Raleigh this morning. Kelsey, the days-long search for those 2 inmates now over.
Yes, Renee, those 2 escaped inmates are back in custody this morning. The special response team here inside the State Bureau of Investigation has been working around the clock to locate these men. Check out this new photo released by the SBI early this morning that shows Michael Miles and LaShawn Knott in handcuffs. The special response team found them just after midnight at a home in Asheville where they were arrested. The 2 had been on the run since they escaped from the Vance County Detention Center last week. Officials say this was a joint investigation between the Vance County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and the SBI. Both men were in jail on drug trafficking and gun charges. Officers are still investigating what happened before, during, and after their escape. And right now we're working to find out when they'll have their first court appearance. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
This morning, the WRAL Tower is lit up in red in support of the Canes. They will face off against the Golden Knights in Vegas tonight for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Canes are looking to tie the series after losing in double overtime in Game 3. Allie Calabar is live inside Lenovo Center. Allie, the Caniacs will be coming together tonight to cheer on their Canes.
Oh yeah, Renee, the watch party inside Lenovo Center is sold out. So that means we're expecting to see nearly 20,000 people pack the stands. But this time, their eyes won't be on the ice. They're going to be on the screens, hoping the Canes will feel their support more than 2,000 miles away. Lenovo Center is making sure Caniacs still get that game day experience. There's going to be lights, displays, and rally towels. We're also expecting to see some tailgating out in the parking lots. Some of the lots open 3 hours before the game starts. Fans are hoping their chants and cheers will be heard all the way in Vegas. If the Canes win tonight, they will tie up the series before coming home to play at Lenovo Center for Game 5. There will be watch parties outside of Lenovo Center as well as at the Red Hat Amphitheater in downtown Raleigh for Game 5. Puck drops tonight for Game 4 at 8 o'clock. Reporting live at Lenovo Center, Allie Calabar, WRAL News.
Sending all the good vibes to Vegas. You can count on WRAL for live team coverage, all the way from Vegas to here at home. Our sports team will bring us highlights and reaction from Sin City, and we'll take you inside the electric watch parties in the Triangle. Stay connected to the action on air and online. You can also go to the WRAL YouTube channel for all things Hurricanes, from post-game interviews to analysis and fan reaction. Just look for the Carolina Hurricanes 2026 playoff run playlist. We are following two breaking stories out of Fayetteville from overnight. One was a crash involving an unmarked Cumberland County Sheriff's detective's car. This happened at the intersection of Rock Spring and Montclair Roads. Authorities at the scene tell the WRAL breaking news tracker the crash happened after a pickup truck ran a stop sign. The truck hit the car, causing it to overturn. We are working to learn whether anyone was hurt. We are also trying to learn more about a police chase in Fayetteville. This is video from a scene on Rockwood Court after a police officer got a flat tire during a chase. Police tell us the chase ended at Bragg Boulevard and the MLK Jr. Freeway. Nobody was hurt. Hundreds of people in Johnston County are under a water alert this morning. County leaders say crews were doing utility work on the Neuse River Bridge in Smithfield last night, and a water main ruptured. They are asking people in the Ingrams, Meadow, and Southeast Low Grounds water districts to limit their water usage for the next 24 hours. Tonight, Benson County commissioners will meet for the first time since the interim town manager was chosen. Former town planning director Tanner O'Quinn took over just weeks after the town's two top officials resigned. The town of Benson is also trying to recover from financial trouble, and the state auditor's office is looking into budgeting practices. O'Quinn says rebuilding relationships on the Board of Commissioners will come first, and getting finances back on track will follow.
I think that I can inspire some confidence in my staff to provide services to the town and to provide accountability. And I think that really, again, starts in workplace culture and environment.
As far as the search for a new permanent town manager goes, that's already underway. The mayor says they will utilize an outside firm to find the right candidate. They hope to have someone in place in the next 6 months. The proposed merger between Wake Med and Atrium Health is now getting some pushback from Wake County leaders. County commissioners held a meeting last night to ask questions about the plan. Wake Med leaders say they are wrestling with higher costs, a reduced workforce, and an aging population. Executives told commissioners last night that Atrium could help combat those challenges while keeping Wake Med an independent nonprofit and competitive in the Triangle. In turn, Atrium would pledge $2 billion to Wake Med's expansion and provide more than 3,300 jobs.
We were proud of our independence, but that pride in no way supersedes our mission in caring for all in the community.
County commissioners paused any decision on the plan until at least August. Today, a state Senate committee is expected to take up a bill on new social media restrictions for some teens. Last week, lawmakers rewrote House Bill 301 to apply only to addictive social media platforms. And that refers to platforms with infinite scroll, autoplay video, and algorithm-driven feeds. The bill would ban anyone younger than 14 years old from having a social media account. It would require parent or guardian consent for 14 and 15-year-olds. The committee meeting starts at 9 a.m. This morning, we're working to learn about two people found dead at a home in Vance County. The sheriff's office says deputies found the man and woman in the Gilside community during a welfare check. The sheriff's office and the SBI are investigating. Deputies tell us this was not a random act of violence. Harnett County Animal Services Manager Lawrence Smith Jr. is now on administrative leave. The shelter is under investigation after reports that 42 dogs were improperly euthanized. A state investigator accused the shelter staff of not complying with state-required procedures and documentation. The shelter was fined nearly $20,000. Durham police are searching for a person who shot and killed a man. Sky 5 flew over the scene on South Hoover Road just before 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Police responded to a call about a juvenile arguing with a woman. When the man tried to step in, the juvenile shot him. The man went to the hospital where he died. Drought conditions are plaguing farmers and ranchers. And if you love pickles, you could see a change at the store if the drought persists. And that's because cucumbers have a short growing season. We are going into the window here where they need a lot of moisture to get to the right size. This farm in Franklin County is pumping in water from a pond that's not being replenished. And that could result in a smaller yield that they sell to Mount Olive.
We're looking at having to transfer water from one pond to another that's not being utilized somewhere. That gets very expensive with current fuel prices, labor costs, and everything. So it's a pretty dicey situation right now.
While we've had small amounts of rain, we are more than a foot behind on our average annual rainfall, and that will be very challenging to make up, even with some big summer storms. Last night, there was tight security in New York as President Donald Trump became the first sitting president to attend an NBA Finals game. During the national anthem, some fans booed as the president was shown on the Jumbotron. The Spurs won last night's Game 3, breaking New York's 13-game winning streak. The Knicks still lead the series 2-1, and Game 4 is tomorrow night. Back on the ice, the Carolina Hurricanes are hoping to even out the score in Game 4 tonight. WRAL sports team is in Las Vegas working to find the answer.
And we're looking, of course, at some changes in our forecast. It's a lot cooler today than it was yesterday, but we're still looking at a small chance for showers this morning and maybe again this evening. I'll let you know if you'll see any of those. 444, we take a look at dual Doppler 5000 radar. A couple of tiny little sprinkles showing up north of I-85. That's really about all we'll end up seeing this morning. But later this afternoon, we may see a few isolated showers in our southwestern counties. So just a couple of chances here and there, but really nothing that's going to add up in the rain gauges. We take a look at the tower. We have it lit in red, of course, to support the Hurricanes, of course, as they play Game 4 for today. And lots of watch parties. Ali Calabar was just talking about that. Temperatures are going to feel much more comfortable today. We were in the upper 90s, mid 90s yesterday, hit 95. 88 for the high this afternoon. We'll start off with some cloud cover, and it'll be partly cloudy through the afternoon. And again, just a very tiny chance of some showers. Dog walking this morning, temperatures are in the mid 60s. And again, it feels a good bit more comfortable than it did. From here, though, temperatures just keep on climbing. We'll talk more about the forecast for Thursday when the Canes are home coming up.
Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final just 15 hours away. The Hurricanes are looking to even the series before heading back to Raleigh. But there is one big question looming over tonight's game. Who's going to be in net for Carolina when the puck drops? WRAL's Pat Welter and Chris Lee are in Las Vegas searching for the answer.
Well, Pat, we made it to the Bellagio Fountains. So beautiful. Just as beautiful as Seth Jarvis's overtime game winner.
The Canes are going to steal one out here, Chris. They're going to pull the Vegas heist. They got to figure out who's starting in goal.
Brandon Bussey in the starter's crease before Monday's practice, but that doesn't mean anything for Tuesday's Game 4. Frederick Anderson was given the day off as a maintenance day. He started all 16 games of the postseason, while Bussey got his first action since April 14th when he came in for Freddie during the third period on Saturday. Brendan Moore showing his poker face in Vegas and keeping his cards close to the vest on who will start in Game 4.
Yeah, I think we'll keep it quiet. There's only suspenseful thing around here that I have to hold on to. So it seems to have taken a life of its own, so I kind of enjoy it. But yes, it was a maintenance day for him.
Yeah, it's obviously special, right? I think I will appreciate it more once the season's over. I'll be able to look back, but I'm enjoying feeling very even keel right now and just excited for what this team, the opportunity we have as a group.
No matter who's in net, it's not going to matter if the Canes don't play better in front of them. We've seen wild swings and comebacks on both sides of the series. This is what these guys have played their whole lives for, right? Taylor Hall knows just relaxing for a second out there could be the difference.
Yeah, there's just no breaks out there, and I think that's why these two teams are playing in the finals, and that's why the games are so close, is that, no one's really taking breaks. If anything, they're just kind of mental errors and maybe trying to do too much, but they're not. It's not from guys coasting back or giving up freebies like that. It's tight games and there's not a lot of space out there.
It's not every day that a utility company decides to lower your bills, but that's what's on the table at Piedmont Natural Gas. The company is decreasing rates for North Carolina customers. Residential customers will get bills that are about 4.35% lower than before. That's around $54 per year. The company also lowered rates in January to February and April, and that's around $100 per year combined. A Wake County library in need of a new location is one step closer to staying in Raleigh. County leaders propose moving Athens Drive Community Library to Tryon Road in Cary. Commissioners have told county staff to move forward with plans to relocate the library to a site across the street instead. The library is currently sits at Athens Drive High School. It needs to move while the school undergoes renovations. A final vote on a new location is set for June 15th. 4:49 on your Tuesday morning, and we're going to enjoy some, milder temperatures, relatively speaking. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. And I heard you say the humidity is going to be lower. That will be key.
Today's going to be the most comfortable day of the next 7 for sure. This morning, we have a couple little sprinkles up here, mainly north of I-85. I mean, it's a tiny bit. It's worth just a quick mention, but it's not something that most of us will see. We're going to give it a 20% chance for the next couple of hours. And then the chance of a few more in our southwestern counties later on this evening, say around dinner time or so. Rocky Mount Mills Tower there is lit in red for the Carolina Hurricanes. It is 68 degrees with some cloud cover this morning. Our dew point's down at 58, so that's feeling more comfortable than yesterday when it was in the mid 60s. Temperatures are in the 60s right now. Apex at 66, 66 in Nightdale, 67 in Durham, and in a lot of places our temperatures are 5 to almost 15 degrees cooler than they were this time yesterday. So it does feel a whole lot better. We take a look at our next weather maker. This high pressure system, as it slides down the coast, rotating clockwise, is pushing in that cooler air. So it's a little bit cooler in our eastern counties this morning than our western counties. And that is why that high is helping to push that cool air in. It takes over for it today, keeping our temperatures in the upper 80s across the area with some cloud cover on and off. It's cloudy this morning, and we'll see a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. Very quickly, we jump back into the heat, though. 92 tomorrow and then 99 on both Thursday and Friday. It is hot through the weekend, too, with mid 90s, but we're looking at temperatures close to records. We'll miss it maybe by 1 degree on Thursday. We could break the record Friday of 98 if we hit 99. So we do have a greater heat risk. One of the bigger heat risks that we've seen so far this year, it is going to be major on Thursday and Friday with those temperatures in the upper 90s. And that means those without proper cooling methods or who may be more susceptible to heat really need to pay attention and just be careful on Thursday and Friday. That may also include everybody who's going to be outside at a watch party on Thursday with those very hot temperatures. You just want to make sure you're taking precautions. Temperatures will drop, but around 4 or 5 o'clock, it's going to be really hot. We'll talk about our chances for rain in the next 7 days coming up. Renee?
Sounds good, Elizabeth. Thank you. Local news decline. We take a sneak peek into the newest WRAL documentary, shedding light on how the media landscape across 8 counties in North Carolina with no source of local news.